Alright, let's check out the damage. Alright folks, let's check out the damage. You can see we're making a lot of changes here on the west side junkyard. I had these 4 gigantic trees cut down, and now I have a pile of wood to deal with here. So I've been processing this stuff the past week or so, and been using this little residential wood chipper, if you can believe it or not. It's a real common model. It's a CRAFTSMAN, and we have a Briggs and Stratton engine on here. Looks like it's a 5 horsepower. So I was just out here chipping and heard a big boom and felt a chunk of metal go flying past my head. And this is it. This is what's left of the blade here. And it came shooting out from the housing here, blew a hole right in the housing, so luckily no one got hurt. And I was definitely putting it to work, you know.
But that's what I do.
I like to push things to the limits, especially when they're my own equipment, and see how tough they actually are. And after it blew, this piece here was laying about 10-15 feet over this way. But definitely stopped my progress here in the yard. I've come a long way. Under that pile is probably about a dozen or 2 lawnmowers over there. Old Ernest says I'm crazy for trying to process all this wood with this residential wood chipper. And that's one of the few times old Ernest is probably right. But, you know, I like to put things to the test, and we've been doing that with this. But we need to see how much damage has been done, so let's get into it. So it's not really as bad as you think to get into these things. I think what we can do is just take all of these bolts out, and then this whole back part will come off. I don't think we have to take the chute off, so we'll just try taking this off first. It looks like these, I'm using a 1/2-inch wrench here. So you can see we also have these pins here that need to come out. Like my hammer? All right. There we go. You can also take this bolt here off, and that would take off that chute. Well, I'm going to have to tip it up to get to the bottom bolts. Check out that gash. Glad that didn't go into me. Oh. Alright, so let's check out the damage. So far, Luckily, I think it was just the main blade that broke. These are your, I don't know what they call these things, but they help bust up the wood. Ow! Got me. It looks like all of these breakers are still intact, and the main wheel is still intact. The machine, the engine was still running after it happened, but it was like it was out of balance. It was kind of really started to bounce around, so I shut it off. And it was because it was out of balance. So okay, let's see if we can, this is what the pins hold on, by the way, your little guard here. But I think we can get a replacement main blade. So on this style, you also have the chute on the other side, and these are the blades here that chip for the other side, and I wasn't using that side when it broke. So these blades are probably still fine. They still look sharp. So I'm not going to mess with them. They still look sharp, so I'm not going to mess with them. Just need to get this main one. Alright. Let's see if we can get a model number off this thing. So on this particular model, now we're not needing engine parts, we're needing other parts. So this is where we want to look for the model number, right down here. And that's the model number on this one. So let's see if we can look up some part numbers for this blade. Now if we needed engine parts, we would need the model number off of the engine. So that's how that works. So this is what the other side looks like here. And that's where our damage area is. And this is actually a real common design wood chipper. I have one over here that says, it's not a Craftsman, it actually says MTD on it. You can see it back there. But a lot of different companies used this exact same style. So it's a pretty common design. And easy to get parts for. Okay, so here's our replacement. Pretty beefy blade. It was almost $30, so it better be well built. Let's see if we can get this thing off. I didn't think so.
Bring out the big guns.
Alright, hopefully we can get this to work. If y'all don't have one of these, I highly recommend it. Portable air. Alright. Yeah. So the one I took off here was reversible. You can flip it over and use the other side. This one's just a one-way blade, so I have to make sure to put it on the right direction. Which is this way. Looks like it fits. So far, so good. That's about as tight as it gets. Pretty awkward dealing with this thing. Well, I think we're together enough to test this thing out. So let's try it. Works like a champ.